Wait, before we start, do you want a bundle of 30 printable Swahili PDF cheat sheets? Teaching you words and phrases for conversations for free? Then click the link in the description and sign up for a free lifetime account to get access.
Hamjamboni, mimi ni Medina. Sikukuu ya mwaka mpya inasherehekewa mnamo tarehe 1 Januari kila mwaka. Hii ni siku ambayo watu wengi hutazama maisha yao ya mwaka uliopita na kutaka kubadilisha maazimio yao na kuwa na mtazamo mpya wa maisha. Funzo hili litatuangazia jinsi watu hujiburudisha pamoja na jamaa na marafiki. Je, ni wakati upi ambao watu wengi hupata muda wa kubadilisha mielekeo ya maisha yao? Ni wakati gani wa mwaka wazazi wengi huwanunulia watoto wao zawadi mpya? Tutawaonyesha jibu la swali hili mwishoni wa video hii. Watu hungoja sikukuu ya mwaka mpya kwa shauku kuu. Waamini huenda kanisani na kukesha huku wakingoja saa 6 ya usiku kuwasili. Watu wengine huona heri kwenda kwa makao ya burudani na kujistaherehesha kwa kuimba na kupiga miziki. Saa 6 ya usiku ikifika, wao hupiga nduru, kurusha miale ya moto na kukaribisha mwaka mpya kwa hoihoi na nderemo. Watu hutuma ujumbe mfupi kwa jamaa na marafiki na kuukaribisha mwaka mpya. Walio katika mahali pa ibada huomba na kumshukuru Mungu. Asubuhi ifikapo, watu huanza kutayarisha mlo wa kipekee pamoja na vinywaji. Wao huwaalika wageni na kuwapa burudani murwa kabisa. Watu wengine hupendelea kuchinja mbuzi na kupika chakula kama chapati, mkimo, pilau na vitoweo vya aina mbalimbali. Vinywaji hupatikana kwa wingi, nazo ni kama soda, maji ya matunda, pombe na vileo tofauti. Masaa ya alasiri, watu wanapomaliza kula na kunywa, wao huvalia mavazi mapya yanayopendeza na kuenda mahala pa kujistarehesha. Kwa mfano, wanaweza kwenda kuona wanyama wa pori ama kuogelea huko pwani. Sikukuu kama hii hufanya utalii wa kinyumbani kufana sana. Siku hii watu hufanya matendo ya kutia fora kwa sababu wana imani ya kwamba wakiwa wazuri mwanzoni, mwaka wao utakuwa wenye fanaka. Wao huanza na nia mpya. Na sasa nitawapa jibu la swali la hapo awali. Je, ni wakati upi ambao watu wengi hupata muda wa kubadilisha mielekeo ya maisha yao? Ni wakati upi wa mwaka wazazi wengi huwanunulia watoto wao zawadi mpya? Watu wengi huchukulia sikukuu hii kama wakati wa kuanza mienendo mapya. Wazazi pia hutaka kuwafurahisha wanao wawapendao kwa zawadi tofauti. Funzo hili lilikuwaje? Je, ulijifunza jambo lolote la kusisimua? Je, nyinyi husherehekea sikukuu ya mwaka mpya kama Wakenya? Tuachie maoni yako katika swahilipod101.com, kisha tuonane katika somo lifuatalo. Kwaheri!
You are sitting on a bus that is about to arrive at the next bus stop. Suddenly, a signal lights up. What does the signal mean? What does the signal mean? The signal reads, "Please stay seated until the bus stops."
Tafadhali, keti hadi basi lisimame.
Did you download your free PDF cheat sheets yet? These conversation cheat sheets are an easy way to speak more because you get cheat sheets for conversational topics like the weather, family, hobbies, and much more. And inside, you'll learn common questions and answers that you'd use in conversations, as well as tons of vocabulary. Don't miss out on this free gift. Click the link in the description to get access.
Hi everyone! Do you know the 1,000 most useful phrases in Swahili? In this lesson, you'll be able to know all of them, so sit back, relax, and have a cup of tea as you listen and learn.
Bafu liko wapi? Tafadhali. La haula. Ninahifadhi.
Hii ni pesa ngapi?
Hili ni nini? Asante. Kweli.
Unaweza kunipunguzia bei? Hiyo wifi ni bure.
Ningeweza kupata cheki. Je, una mapendekezo yoyote? Naweza pima hii.
You just learned the 1,000 most useful phrases in Swahili. And, if you're interested in learning more, try learning the Core 2000 word list. With this, you'll understand 95% of the language, and best of all, this is not a joke. Check out the description below and go to swahilipod101.com now. See you next time.
How are your Swahili listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
Mwanamume na mwanamke wanatazama orodha ya chakula hotelini. Mwanamume ataagiza nini?
Utaagiza nini?
Pizza linaonekana tamu, nadhani nitaliagiza.
Nilikula pizza jana kwa hivyo.
Sawa. Hamburger je?
Chaguo bora. Nitakiagiza.
Mwanamume ataagiza nini? Mwanamume na mwanamke wanatazama orodha ya chakula hotelini. Mwanamume ataagiza nini?
Utaagiza nini?
Pizza linaonekana tamu, nadhani nitaliagiza.
Nilikula pizza jana kwa hivyo.
Sawa. Hamburger je?
Chaguo bora. Nitakiagiza.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time. How are your Swahili listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
Mwanamume na mwanamke wanaongea. Ni lini mwanamume anapaka rangi? Huwa unapaka rangi kila siku?
Ndiyo. Kuanzia saa 3 asubuhi hadi saa 1 jioni.
Kuanzia saa 3 hadi saa 1? Ni masaa 10.
Ndiyo. Hii ni kazi yangu.
Ni lini mwanamume anapaka rangi? Mwanamume na mwanamke wanaongea. Ni lini mwanamume anapaka rangi? Huwa unapaka rangi kila siku?
Ndiyo. Kuanzia saa 3 asubuhi hadi saa 1 jioni.
Kuanzia saa 3 hadi saa 1? Ni masaa 10.
Ndiyo. Hii ni kazi yangu.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Now that you're finished with this lesson, don't forget, as a free bonus, you get over 30 conversation cheat sheets, but only if you sign up via the link in the description. You'll learn how to have flowing conversations, and how to answer the most common questions. You can also print out these colorful cheat sheets to keep as physical study material. So don't miss out on this free gift. Click the link in the description and sign up for a free lifetime account to get your PDF cheat sheets.
Hi everyone, I'm Gabriella. How are your Swahili listening skills? In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
Mwanamke anamuuliza muuzaji jambo katika duka la vitabu. Mwanamke huyu anataka kukitazama kitabu gani? Samahani, ningelipenda kutazama kitabu katika rafu ile ya vitabu.
Ni kitabu kipi unachokitaka?
Kile cha magari.
Ngoja kidogo tafadhali. Hiki?
Ndiyo.
Hiki hapa.
Mwanamke huyu anataka kukitazama kitabu gani? Mwanamke anamuuliza muuzaji jambo katika duka la vitabu. Mwanamke huyu anataka kukitazama kitabu gani? Samahani, ningelipenda kutazama kitabu katika rafu ile ya vitabu.
Ni kitabu kipi unachokitaka?
Kile cha magari.
Ngoja kidogo tafadhali. Hiki?
Ndiyo.
Hiki hapa.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Hi everyone! Do you know how to say thank you in Swahili? In this lesson, you'll learn 3 different ways to say it. Let's start with the easiest one.
Asante. Asante.
Another way to say thank you is
Nashukuru. Nashukuru.
Finally, here's a third way to express your gratitude.
Asanteni. Asanteni.
Okay, let's wrap up this lesson by recapping what we've learned.
Asante. Asante. Nashukuru. Nashukuru. Asanteni. Asanteni.
Well done! You just learned 3 different ways to say thank you in Swahili. And if you really want to become fluent and speak Swahili from the very first lesson, go to SwahiliPod101.com. See you next time!
Yes, it's Medina again. Welcome to Swahili Pod 101. This is Top Words. Today, we're going to look at the top 25 verbs in Swahili. Welcome! Kuwa, to be. The first verb is kuwa, to be. Kuwa. For example, we can say, ili kukuwa katibu mwema, inabidi ujue kuratibu. In order to be a good secretary, you have to be good at organizing. Kupenda, to like. Kupenda, to like. Kupenda. Bila shaka na kupenda. Of course, I like you. That's quite a handy word to use. Kufanya, to do. Kufanya, to do. Kufanya mazoezi kutakusaidia kupoteza uzito. Doing exercises will help you lose weight. Kusema, to say. Kusema, to say. Nilimfunza mtoto wangu kusema karibu anapoambiwa asante. Nilimfunza mtoto wangu kusema karibu anapoambiwa asante. I taught my toddler to say you're welcome when he's told thanks. Kueleza, to explain. Kueleza, to explain. We can say ubao mweupe ndilo chombo nzuri cha kueleza kitu cha picha. A whiteboard is a perfect means to explain something visually. Ubao mweupe ndilo chombo nzuri cha kueleza kitu cha picha. Kusikia, to hear. Kusikia, to hear. Kusikia. Kifaru ana hisia ya hali ya juu ya kusikia na kunusa. Kifaru ana hisia ya hali ya juu ya kusikia na kunusa. The rhino has a good sense of hearing and smelling. Kwenda, to go. Kwenda, to go. Kwenda. Nataka kwenda dukani. I want to go to the shop. Nataka kwenda dukani. Kujua, to know. Kujua, to know. Kujua. Pia mimi nafurahia kukujua. Me too. I'm happy to know you. Pia mimi nafurahia kukujua. Kuchukua, to take. Kuchukua, to take. Kuchukua. Usisahau kuchukua picha yangu tafadhali. Don't forget to take my picture. Usisahau kuchukua picha yangu tafadhali. Kuona, to see. Kuona, to see. Kuona. Kwa heri ya kuonana. Bye. See you again. Kwa heri ya kuonana. Kuja, to come. Kuja, to come. Kuja. Ikiwezekana, ningelipenda kuja kesho tena. If possible, I would like to come back tomorrow. Ikiwezekana, ningelipenda kuja kesho tena. Kufikiria, to think. Kufikiria, to think. Kufikiria. Fikiria unachotaka, unipe jibu kesho. Think about what you want and give me the answer by tomorrow. Fikiria unachotaka, unipe jibu kesho. Kuangalia, to look. Kuangalia, to look. Kuangalia. Hangeweza kusita kuangalia kwenye sinema. She couldn't stop looking at the screen. Hangeweza kusita kuangalia kwenye sinema. Kutaka, to want. Kutaka, to want. Ninataka kwenda kulala mapema leo. I want to go to sleep early today. Ninataka kwenda kulala mapema leo. Kupea, to give. Kupeana, to give. Hawakupeana ya kutosha. They didn't give enough. Hawakupeana ya kutosha. Kutumia, to use. Kutumia, to use. Ni laini gani ninayopaswa kutumia? Which line am I supposed to use? Ni laini gani ninayopaswa kutumia? Kutafuta, to find. Kutafuta, to find. Usipoteze wakati wako kutafuta kazi ya hali ya juu. Anza tu kufanya kazi. Don't waste time looking for the ultimate job. Just start working. Usipoteze wakati wako kutafuta kazi ya hali ya juu. Anza tu kufanya kazi. Kwenda nje, to go out. Kwenda nje, to go out. Kwa hakika tunahofia, lakini hauwezi enda nje leo usiku. We are really sorry, but you cannot go out tonight. Kwa hakika tunahofia, lakini hauwezi kwenda nje leo usiku. Kuuliza, to ask. Kuuliza, to ask. Nitakuuliza mara nyingine moja. I will only ask you one more time. Nitakuuliza mara nyingine moja. Kufanya kazi, to work. Kufanya kazi, to work. Naomba unisaidie kufanya kazi hii. I request that you help me do this work. Naomba unisaidie kufanya kazi hii. Kuingia, to enter. Kuingia, to enter. Hauwezi kuingia bila kibali. You cannot enter without permission. Hauwezi kuingia bila kibali. Kuhisi, to feel. Kuhisi, to feel. Kuhisi. Nahisi vizuri. I feel good. Nahisi vizuri. Kujaribu, to try. Kujaribu, to try. Kujaribu. Ningelipenda kuchagua kitu ambacho sijawahi kujaribu. I would like to try something I've never tried before. Ningelipenda kuchagua kitu ambacho sijawahi kujaribu. Kuondoka, to leave. Kuondoka, to leave. Kuondoka. Watu huzoea kuondoka nyumbani na kwenda kazini wakati wa jua kupaa. People usually leave home for work at sunrise. Watu huzoea kuondoka nyumbani na kwenda kazini wakati wa jua kupaa. Kuita, to call. Kuita, to call. Kuita. Nitakuita papo nitapofika nyumbani. I will call once I arrive home. Nitakuita papo nitapofika nyumbani. Thank you so much for staying with us until the end of this video. How was it? If you liked it, please, we'd like to hear your comments. And don't forget to visit swahilipod101.com for more lessons. See you then. Bye. Kwaheri.
Trying to learn Swahili? You need a SwahiliPod101.com free lifetime account. It's one of the most powerful language learning tools you can command, and signing up takes less than 7 seconds. So what exactly do you get that makes it so special? First, new lessons are published every week, and you get them for free. Enjoy learning with fun and effective audio and video lessons with real teachers. Make the most of your study time as our teachers help you hack Swahili and get you speaking in minutes. Second, free instant access to the first 3 lessons of every lesson series. Explore and try any lesson series that interests you, from beginner to advanced. Find teachers you love and lessons for your goals. Third, learn Swahili anywhere, anytime with the free companion app. Download it now for free for the iPhone, iPad, or any Android device, and have instant access to your free lifetime account and lessons anywhere, anytime. Fourth, boost your vocabulary with the free word of the day. Every day, receive one new word in your inbox that you can master in seconds. Want even more words? 5. Get complete access to our word and phrase lists. Wow native Swahili speakers with cool topical and seasonal words and phrases from our lists. And finally, number 6, the best for last. 7 days of unlimited access to our entire library of audio and video lessons. Premium study tools like line-by-line audio, word bank, and smart flashcards to help you learn lightning fast. Get your free lifetime account right now at SwahiliPod101.com. Sign up in less than 7 seconds. And the account is yours for free for life. So what are you waiting for? Get yours now.
Yeah, welcome everyone. It's Medina again. Welcome to Swahili Pod 101. Today, we are going to look at the top 25 phrases in Swahili. Let's have fun. Jambo. Hello. Okay, the first phrase is jambo. Hello. Jambo. Jambo is one of the most simple greetings in Kenya. Anyone can use it at any time. In fact, we love using it with tourists. Please visit Kenya and just say jambo. Habari za asubuhi. Good morning. Okay, the next phrase is habari za asubuhi. Good morning. Habari za asubuhi. We often wake up tired sometimes in the morning, but it doesn't cost to say habari za asubuhi. Good morning. Habari za mchana. Good afternoon. The next phrase is habari za mchana. Good afternoon. Habari za mchana. You know, in the afternoon when you meet someone, you're like, oh, habari za mchana. Habari means news. So you're trying to ask someone, okay, how is your afternoon? Tell me anything that is happening in your afternoon. Usiku mwema. Good night. Usiku mwema. Good night. Usiku mwema. Good night. Yes, it's time to sleep. I sometimes look forward to that time. And, you know, I look forward to saying good night to my friends or to my family or to my whatever person who is there. Jina lako nani? What's your name? Jina lako nani? What's your name? Jina lako nani? It's an obvious question whenever we meet with people, especially when you want to know who they are. It's polite to know someone's name, right? Do you like being called by your name? Yeah, that's why this phrase is very important. Jina lako nani? Mimi naitwa. Mimi naitwa Medina. My name is Medina. Mimi naitwa Medina. Now, this is actually an answer to the previous question, Jina lako nani? What's your name? Now, you have to keep this in mind that, you know, if you use this word frequently, you'll be able to tell people about your name. You'll be able to tell people your name. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Nice to meet you. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Nice to meet you. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Nice to meet you. I mean, it's really polite. I always feel like energized when someone says, nice to meet you. It can be awkward when someone says, oh, I did not want to meet you, you know, but we rarely hear that. Just use that word, nice to meet you. Habari gani? How are you? Habari gani? How are you? Habari in Swahili means news. And gani means what? So what news? Actually, what you're trying to ask here is like, what do you have? I mean, what is all about your life right now in a polite way, you know? Then someone will say, mzuri, or it's okay. They will not go on telling you whatever is happening all around, but, you know, they'll just say it's fine or not good, you know? So it's an important phrase. Niko salama, asante, na wewe? I am fine, thanks. And you? Niko salama, asante. Fine, thanks. And you? Niko salama, asante means, oh, I'm fine. Literally, that is what it means. I'm fine, thank you. Then you take it back. What about you? You are concerned about the person who is asking you, if you just say, oh, I'm fine, thanks, then you keep quiet, I mean, we do that sometimes, but sometimes you want to show concern, so you ask, na wewe, and you? Tafadhali, please. Tafadhali, please. It's a magic word all around the world. So tafadhali is one of those words that you want to embrace when you visit Kenya. Tafadhali, whenever you're asking a favor, just say tafadhali. Excuse me, tafadhali, tafadhali. That's one great word you need to remember. Asante, thank you. Asante, thank you. It's also one of the magic words that relates to tafadhali, please. Asante is like you're appreciating whatever favor you received from someone who did you a favor. So it's also one of those words you like to embrace whenever and wherever. Karibu, you're welcome. Karibu, you're welcome. Karibu. Karibu is one of the most common words used in Kenya. For example, when someone knocks your door, you'll say, oh, karibu. That means come in, or welcome, actually. Then, in some circumstance when someone gives you something, you'll say thank you, right? Now, the person who is giving, you will say karibu. Karibu means welcome. So it can be a joke, but you know what? You can go and ask them, or you can go and ask as many favors as you can, because they said karibu. I mean, that's a joke. You don't have to take it seriously, though. Dio, yes. Dio, yes. Dio. Dio is a response. Whenever someone asks a question, you can say dio if it's a positive answer, to the question. It depends. There are the yes, no questions. Yeah, that is where it lies. Dio. Umefika Kenya? Dio. Umekula chakula? Dio. Umefika Kenya means, have you arrived in Kenya? You'll say yes, which is ndio. Have you eaten food? Umekula chakula? You'll say ndio, yes. Hapana, no. Hapana, no. Hapana. Hapana is an answer to the yes-no question, just like dio. Dio means yes, as we looked at it previously. Now here it's no. Umefika Kenya? Hapana. Have you arrived in Kenya? No. Umekula chakula? Have you eaten food? No. Hapana. Sawa. Okay. Sawa. Okay. Sawa. Okay. Sawa. Sawa is used to acknowledge that you agree to whatever has been said. For example, you can say, sawa, nimeelewa maelezo yako. Okay, I've understood the explanation. Niwie radhi. Excuse me. Niwie radhi. Excuse me. Niwie radhi. This is a very handy word, especially when you want someone to excuse you for something. Niwie radhi. Naweza angalia mzigo wako? Excuse me, can I check your bag? Samahani. I'm sorry. Samahani. I am sorry. Samahani. Samahani is also one of those polite words that you really need to remember. It comes handy when you make a mistake. Samahani, nimechelewa. I'm very sorry that I'm late. Ni saa ngapi? What time is it? Ni saa ngapi? What time is it? Ni saa ngapi? Of course, you'll want to know time. If you cannot see the time, probably there's no wall clock around, or perhaps your phone is off to check, or perhaps you forgot your wristwatch. You'll ask your friend, ni saa ngapi? Msala ni wapi? Where is the restroom? Msalani ni wapi? Where is the restroom? Msalani ni wapi? Now, for real, you may need this word really, especially if nature keeps calling on you. You may want to ask, hey, tafadhali, msalani ni wapi? Excuse me, where is the restroom? Subiri kidogo. Wait a moment. Subiri kidogo. Wait a moment. Subiri kidogo. When you're caught up doing something and someone asks for a favor, you may use this word. Just a moment. Subiri kidogo. Bei ya hii ni nini? How much is this? Bei ya hii ni nini? How much is this? Bei ya hii ni nini? How much is this? Bei ya hii ni nini? Now, hii there stands for the thing that you want to buy. For example, you can say, bei ya hii nguo ni nini? How much is this dress? Saidia, help. Saidia, help. Saidia. Saidia! Imagine you're drowning. What will you do? You'll shout, Saidia! Help! When you're in trouble, this word comes in handy. I think you may want to use it. Tuonane baadaye. See you later. Tuonane baadaye. See you later. Tuonane baadaye. After you meet with your friend, you have a chat with her or him, you'll definitely say, bye, see you later, when you're parting. I think it's also one of those polite words that you may want to add to your list. Kwaheri, goodbye. Kwaheri, goodbye. Kwaheri, goodbye. Kwaheri. Now, kwaheri reminds me of those toughest moments in my life, when I went abroad to study and my family was back in my country. The toughest moments was when we were parting. I will never want to say kwaheri. I will never want to say goodbye. I will never even want to utter it out, but I will just say it with tears rolling down my cheeks. Yeah, kwaheri. It's a good word to use whenever you're parting. Sijui, I don't know. Sijui, I don't know. Sijui. This is a word that you'll use when you acknowledge that for sure you're not sure about the answer to the question or to the situation that is happening at the moment. Some people think it's impolite to say sijui, especially when you're asking for directions. They'll try to give you information which might be wrong to show that they are polite. So you got to be careful. Thank you so much for staying with us until the end of this video. Did you enjoy this video? If you did, do not forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to visit swahilipod101.com. Kwaheri! See you again! Hamjamboni, mimi ni Medina. Hi everybody, I'm Medina. Welcome to SwahiliPod101.com's Kiswahili kwa dakika tatu, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Swahili. In the last lesson, we learned the numbers 1 to 10. Do you still remember? Let's go through them once more. Moja, mbili, tatu, nne, tano, sita, saba, nane, tisa, kumi. And now, let's continue from 11. Kumi na moja. Kumi na moja. Kumi na mbili. Kumi na mbili. Kumi na tatu. Kumi na tatu. Kumi na nne. Kumi na nne. Kumi na tano. Kumi na tano. Kumi na sita. Kumi na sita. Kumi na saba. Kumi na saba. Kumi na nane. Kumi na nane. Kumi na tisa. Kumi na tisa. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. Kumi na moja. Kumi na mbili. Kumi na tatu. Kumi na nne. Kumi na tano. Kumi na sita. Kumi na saba. Kumi na nane. 19. These numbers might seem long and a little difficult, but the idea is actually very simple. Just take kumi and add any one of the numbers between 0 and 10 that you learned in the previous lesson. Let's take a look at 11. Kumi na moja. Kumi is 10. Join it with moja, 1, using na. Together we have kumi na moja. Kumi na moja. You can do the same with other numbers. Now, do you realize the advantage of mastering the first numbers you learned in the previous lesson? Moving on. 20 and other multiples of 10 take different names. Let's go through them. Ishirini, ishirini. Thelathini, thelathini. Arobaini, arobaini. Hamsini, hamsini. Sitini, sitini. Sabini, sabini. Themanini, themanini. Tisini, tisini. And lastly, mia moja, mia moja. All these numbers take a ni at the end, except for mia, meaning 100. This is an easy way to remember these numbers. The last thing to learn in this lesson is how to form compound numbers above 20. This is also super easy. Take the tens and simply add the numbers you learned in the first lesson. Let's try it out. How would you say 38 in Swahili? Let's take it step by step. 30 is thelathini, and then add 8, nane. In between thelathini and nane is the conjunction na, meaning and, to join them. Thelathini na nane. It's as simple as that. Let's try another one, like 72. First, take 70, sabini, and then add 2, mbili, to get sabini na mbili. Now, it's time for Medina's insights. When you want to count beyond 100, you can use the same basic logic as with the numbers above 10. Just add the word mia moja, 100, in front of the tens. For example, 167 is mia moja sitini na saba. Mia moja sitini na saba. The next time you have trouble sleeping, try counting sheep in Swahili and see how far you can get. Would you like to go on a shopping trip in Kenya? In the next lesson, we'll get to practice the numbers by talking about prices. I'll be waiting for you in the next Kiswahili kwa dakika 3 lesson. Tuonane! Hamjamboni, mimi ni Medina. Hi everybody, I'm Medina. Welcome to SwahiliPod101.com's Kiswahili kwa dakika 3, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Swahili. In the last lesson, we learned the phrase, unaweza ongea Kiingereza? Do you speak English? We also mentioned the word samahani, which means excuse me in Swahili. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use samahani and other words when apologizing in Swahili. We should use samahani in formal situations, such as when we are ordering something in bars or restaurants. For example, samahani, naweza agiza kikombe cha kahawa? Excuse me, could I order a cup of coffee? We can also use it when asking a question. For example, samahani, Mombasa iko wapi? Excuse me, where is Mombasa? Sometimes, we also hear people say just samahani because it can also be used to draw someone's attention. Samahani. Samahani can be used in formal and informal situations. We can use samahani when asking a question or when apologizing. All of these phrases can be used for either excuse me or I am sorry. But if you really want to apologize for something, it might be better to use a different phrase. That phrase is niwie radhi. It means pardon me and can be used in both formal and informal situations. Niwie radhi. First, we have the Swahili word niwie, which means a consideration. Then radhi, meaning pardon. Together it literally means consider a pardon. But you can think of it like, pardon me. Niwie radhi. Niwie radhi. Now it's time for Medina's insights. Please remember, when you're in Kenya, if you accidentally bump into someone, it's more common to say samahani than niwie radhi. Are you able to count in Swahili? In the next lesson, we will learn the numbers in Swahili from 1 to 10. I'll be waiting for you in our next Swahili kwa dakika 3 lesson. Tuonane! Hamjamboni, mimi ni Medina. Hi everybody, I'm Medina. Welcome to SwahiliPod101.com's Kiswahili kwa dakika 3, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Swahili. In the last lesson, we learned how to count in Swahili. Can you remember the numbers from moja to mia moja? I hope so, because this time you will put them into use. We will be practicing how to go shopping in Kenya. Before we start, you need to know how to say, how much is this? Hii ni pesa ngapi? Hii ni pesa ngapi? Okay, are you ready? Let's go. Imagine you're in a shop in Kenya. You find something you want to buy, and you want to ask how much it costs. Start by saying, samahani. Do you remember what this means? Excuse me. Samahani, hii ni pesa ngapi? Samahani, hii ni pesa ngapi? The clerk will tell you, ni shilingi, it costs. Or more simply, they'll say the amount directly. For example, 25. What number is 25? Can you work it out? It's 25. So this phrase means it cost 25 shillings. Let's look at some more examples. Say you see a bag that you want to buy. A bag in Swahili is begi. So how would you ask how much it costs? Samahani, begi hii ni pesa ngapi? Or a pair of shoes. This makes it slightly different because you have to use the plural form. A shoe will be kiatu, but the plural for shoes is viatu. So you would ask the following question. Samahani, viatu hivi ni pesa ngapi? This simply means, how much are these shoes? Now, it's time for Medina's insights. Credit and debit cards are not commonly used in Kenya, but you can double check by asking the following question. Naweza lipa kwa kadi ya credit? Can I pay by credit card? Naweza lipa kwa kadi ya credit? Do you feel confident about counting shillings? If you don't worry. We'll learn all about it next time. I'll be waiting for you in the next Kiswahili kwa dakika 3 lesson. Tuonane!
Hi everyone! Do you know how to say I love you in Swahili? In this lesson, you'll learn 3 different ways to say it. Let's start with how to express your feelings to your loved one.
Nakupenda. Nakupenda. Nakupenda.
Or if you want to explain those butterflies in your stomach, you can say
Nimekupenda. Nimekupenda. Nimekupenda.
And when you feel that I love you is not enough, you can say
Maneno hayawezi kueleza upendo wangu kwako. Maneno hayawezi kueleza upendo wangu kwako. Maneno hayawezi kueleza upendo wangu kwako.
You just learned 3 different ways to say I love you in Swahili. And if you're interested in learning more, don't forget to download your free Romance and Love cheat sheet, which includes romantic words, compliments, and pickup lines. Check out the description below and go to SwahiliPod101.com now. See you next time.
Welcome to SwahiliPod101.com's Kiswahili kwa dakika tatu, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Swahili. Hamjamboni, mimi ni Medina. Shukran kwa kuungana na mimi katika kipindi hii. Hi everybody, I'm Medina. Thank you for joining me. In this series, you're going to learn basic Swahili expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. And in this first lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Swahili. You'll learn both an informal and formal way to do it. But unlike many other languages, there is not a very big difference between informal and formal speech in Swahili. First, let's see how Kenyan people introduce themselves in an informal situation. Habari, mimi ni Medina. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Hi, I'm Medina. Nice to meet you. Habari, mimi ni Medina. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Let's break it down. Start with the greeting. Habari, then mimi ni, which is followed by your name. Next, say the phrase, Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Nice to meet you. All together, it is, Habari, mimi ni Medina. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. And now, let's see the same sentence in formal speech. Shikamoo. Jina langu ni Medina Maraka. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Hello, my name is Medina Maraka. Nice to meet you. Shikamoo. Jina langu ni Medina Maraka. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. So, what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a closer look at these together. It's important to note that habari can be used in both casual and formal settings. However, it is more formal and respectful to use the word shikamoo, especially when addressing an older person. Shikamoo implies good day or simply hello. You will notice that the section mimi ni for I am changes to jina langu ni Medina for my name is Medina. During a formal self-introduction, it is advisable to mention your last name. So, I will say, my name is Medina Maraka. Here, you'll say your full name. Finally, Nina furaha kukutana na wewe is the same for both. This phrase means, nice to meet you. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in Swahili is, Habari, mimi ni Medina. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. And the formal way to introduce yourself is, Shikamoo. Jina langu ni Medina Maraka. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Now, it's time for Medina's insights. When introducing yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands. Usually, the right hand is slightly supported by the left hand. If you're concerned about politeness, a slight bend forward while shaking the hand adds a sign of respect in the Kenyan business world. However, if you speak too formally, people will think you sound unnatural. In Kenya, simplicity is best. Do you know how to say thank you in Swahili? You'll learn how to say this and many other words in the next Kiswahili kwa dakika tatu. Thanks for dropping by and see you next time. Kwaheri, tuonane tena. Hamjamboni, mimi ni Medina. Hi everybody, I'm Medina. Welcome to SwahiliPod101.com's Kiswahili kwa dakika tatu, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Swahili. In the last lesson, we learned how to thank people by saying asante. In this lesson, we learned some of the most common greetings used in Kenya. Uko tayari? Are you ready? Tuanze! So let's get started. The most commonly used informal greeting is habari. Habari. Habari means hi or hello. We use it when we meet people. We can use this greeting with friends or relatives, but also with people we don't know. We used this phrase in lesson 1. Do you remember? And do you remember what the formal way of greeting people is? Shikamo. Shikamo. Do you also remember that habari can be used both in formal and casual settings? During the evening, we say, habari ya jioni. Habari ya jioni. Jioni is Swahili for evening. So, habari ya jioni means good evening. Habari and habari ya jioni are used when we meet someone, but when we leave, we don't say these greetings again. Instead, when living in both formal and informal situations, Kenyan people say kwaheri. Kwaheri. Kwaheri means goodbye. Finally, in Swahili, we have an expression meaning see you soon that can be considered both formal and informal. Tuonane tena. Tuonane tena. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Swahili. Let's review them all again. When greeting someone in an informal way, remember to say habari. When greeting someone in a formal situation, you say shikamo. When living in either a formal or informal situation, say tuonane tena. It's easy, isn't it? Now, it's time for Medina's insights. In formal situations, Kenyans commonly greet each other by shaking hands. But if we meet someone we are very friendly with, we hug each other. Don't be afraid to do it with your Kenyan friends. It's normal. In the next lesson, we'll learn the meaning of the phrase, unaongea Kiingereza? Do you already know it? I'll be waiting with the answer in our next Kiswahili kwa dakika 3. Until then, tuonane! Hamjamboni, mimi ni Medina. Hi everybody, I'm Medina. Welcome to SwahiliPod101.com's Kiswahili kwa dakika 3, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Swahili. In the last lesson, we learned the most common forms of greetings in Swahili. Do you remember habari as an informal way of greeting someone, and shikamo, the formal version? In this lesson, you're going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Swahili, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the informal way to say it. Unaongea Kiingereza? Unaongea Kiingereza? In Swahili, we sometimes use a one-word phrase that combines the subject and its verb. Unaongea is a good example. Breaking this phrase down further, we have u, which is a pronoun for the subject. Na shows the subject's potential of doing an action. It makes the statement affirmative. Ongea is the verb for speak. Together, we have unaongea, which literally means you speak. Saying it with a higher intonation makes it a question. So, unaongea means, do you speak? Adding Kiingereza, the word for English, will make it unaongea Kiingereza. This means, do you speak English? Altogether we have unaongea Kiingereza. Unaongea Kiingereza. To learn how to properly construct one-word sentences, check out our obsolete beginner series at SwahiliPod101.com. There, you'll find several detailed grammar lessons. We are now going to make this sentence formal. It isn't hard. First, add the word J at the beginning of the sentence. J is a word that prompts a question. The sentence unaongea will change to J, unaweza ongea. Note the extra word weza, which means able. J, unaweza ongea therefore means, are you able to? Let's look at the full sentence. Je, unaweza ongea Kiingereza? Do you speak English? Je, unaweza ongea Kiingereza? Adding samahani, which means excuse me, makes the sentence even more polite. Samahani, unaweza ongea Kiingereza? The responses you'll receive could be one of these three. Ndio. Yes. Ndio. Kidogo. A little. Kidogo. La, siongei Kiingereza. No, I don't speak English. La, siongei Kiingereza. Since la siongei Kiingereza is a negative statement, we need to say la first, followed by si before the verb, and an e at the end of the verb. Also note that the verb ongei is slightly different from ongea. This is because negating in Swahili depends on the pronoun and the tense. In this example, the first person prefix si is used before the verb, and the suffix e is used at the end of the verb. As you can see, negation in Swahili follows a particular pattern. Some negations, though, require the word no, but we will talk about this in a later lesson. Now it's time for Medina's insights. For those of you who speak languages other than English, this question still works. Just substitute Kiingereza with a different language. Here are some examples. Kitalia is Italian. Kirusi is Russian. Kispania is Spanish. And Kijerumani is German. In this lesson, we mentioned the expression samahani, but did you know that this can also be used as an apology? We'll be learning this in the next lesson, as well as other ways to apologize in Swahili. It's never too late to show your good manners to Kenyans. So, I'll see you in our next Kiswahili kwa dakika tatu. See you next time. Kwaheri, tuonane tena. Hamjamboni, mimi ni Medina. Hi everybody, I'm Medina. Welcome to SwahiliPod101.com's Kiswahili kwa dakika tatu, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Swahili. This lesson will be all about nambari. That's right, that means numbers. First, we'll learn the numbers from 1 to 10. They're not difficult at all, and this lesson will only take 3 minutes. Kwa dakika tatu tu. Are you ready? Let's start. Moja. Moja. Mbili. Mbili. Tatu. Tatu. Nne. Nne. Tano. Tano. Sita. Sita. Saba. Saba. Nane. Nane. Tisa. Tisa. Kumi. Kumi. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. Moja. Mbili. Tatu. Nne. Tano. Sita. Saba. Nane. Tisa. Kumi. Great job! If you're wondering what comes before moja, namely 0, it is sufuri in Swahili. Sufuri. It's quite easy to remember, right? Now, there's no need to panic if your new Kenyan friend asks for your cell phone number. Let's practice how you'll say it. We'll use the phrase, nambari yangu ni, which means, my number is. Nambari yangu ni. Sufuri, saba, mbili, tatu, nne, nane, saba, tisa, sita, tano. Can you read it by yourself? Sufuri, saba, mbili, tatu, nne, nane, saba, tisa, sita, tano. Perfect. Now, it's time for Medina's insights. Kenyans consistently pronounce these numbers as they appear, so it's easy to master them. These numbers are used to name other bigger numbers, so this saves you the energy of having to start over again. Keep at it, because the advantages of mastering these first 10 numbers will become clear as we continue our lessons. Do you know the Swahili word for 100? In the next lesson, we are going to learn the numbers 11 to 100 in Swahili. Before jumping in, be sure to practice the numbers we learned in this lesson, from moja to kumi. Tuonane! Hamjamboni, mimi ni Medina. Hi everybody, I'm Medina. Welcome to SwahiliPod101.com's Kiswahili kwa dakika tatu, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Swahili. In the last lesson, we learned how to introduce ourselves in Swahili. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use good manners when we thank people. Are you ready? Let's get started. There are several ways to thank someone, but let's start with the easiest. It's just one word, asante. Asante. As you may have guessed, asante means thank you. When saying thank you very much, you just need to add the word sana. Asante sana. Asante sana. Sana means a lot. So, asante sana is just like saying thank you very much. In the last lesson, we talked about the informal and formal ways of speaking Swahili, but asante will work in both situations, so there's no need to worry. So how do you reply to thank you in Swahili? It's easy. There are two ways of doing it. The main way is to say karibu. This means you're welcome. Karibu. Literally, this phrase means welcome. The other way to say you're welcome is the expression kamwe. Kamwe. Literally, this phrase means not at all or never mind. You use this when you think that there's no need to be thanked. So it's like saying, don't mention it. So when someone says asante to you, you can simply reply with karibu or kamwe. Now, it's time for Medina's insights. If you're not sure about whether to use asante or asante sana, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. You don't have to worry about formal or informal situations. Asante can be used with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time. Do you know what habari means? In our next Kiswahili kwa dakika tatu lesson, you'll learn this and other greetings in Swahili. Tuonane!
Now that you're finished with this lesson, don't forget, as a free bonus, you get over 30 conversation cheat sheets, but only if you sign up via the link in the description. You'll learn how to have flowing conversations and how to answer the most common questions. You can also print out these colorful cheat sheets to keep as physical study material. So don't miss out on this free gift. Click the link in the description and sign up for a free lifetime account to get your PDF cheat sheets.